All right. On the trade front, the Knicks reportedly looking at Evan Fournier, Cam Reddish, Derrick Rose, Immanuel Quickley trades. And we did get a follow up on the Reddish situation that apparently Reddish, Rose as well, also out of the rotation, but Reddish specifically, the Knicks are working with Reddish's representatives to find a trade for him and send him somewhere else. So, thoughts on that? What do you think the Knicks' fortunes are going to be on the trade market and trying to move these guys?
Yeah, we're going to combine a bunch of reporting here from The Athletic
Yeah.
and New York Daily News and Ian Begley and a handful of others who have talked about this. But the Fournier part of it, kind of taking it player by player. Fournier part of it is the Knicks have made other teams know, hey, we're not giving you anything to take Fournier. We're not at that point yet. So that's probably going to be a, hey, we could use X. You look like you could maybe use a shooter. You
Mhm.
don't love that contract. Let's kind of move, shuffle deck chairs around a little bit on the Titanic here and figure it out and get us back to a better place with this. The Reddish one, that one's a little more complicated because didn't obviously sign a contract extension. He's going to be a restricted free agent. So anybody taking him on has to be doing so with kind of two prongs to this. Is one, we're going to play him and play him a lot, and we're going to be willing to sign him, especially if you give up anything of value.
Yeah.
Derrick Rose, I don't really know what to make of that one. I mean, I think that's probably more of a haze out of our rotation. What they've done is they've gone to Quentin Grimes in the opening group, and then they've gone to Miles McBride, Deuce McBride, coming off the bench as the kind of backup third guard. Quickley is still playing. He's just playing less than those guys. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's the Knicks basically looking and saying, all right, our guard group isn't what we want it to be behind Jalen Brunson and Quentin Grimes. We feel good with RJ Barrett on the wing. I would hope, considering you just gave him the new big
Yes.
contract. But we've got to start moving some of these other pieces if we want to salvage this season.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's that look, this type of report is going to become more and more common as we get closer to December 15th and then past that date, and then all the way through the February 9th trade deadline. This is the type of stuff we're going to start hearing more about. So I know there's already been some buzz out there around the NBA. We've been hearing a few things here and there, but just expect for this type of thing to become more and more common. And we'll see ultimately what the Knicks can do if they're going to make a move here. One of the things looking at both conferences, you've got part of this is the play-in tournament, but you've got a lot of teams that don't feel like they're out of it at this point. So you're going to see teams looking to make deals, trying to swap players in and out, doing what they can to give themselves a boost. And I think that's what we're going to see here from the Knicks.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, teams are, other than, I feel fairly confident in saying San Antonio, Houston,
Yes.
Orlando, Detroit, and probably Charlotte. Charlotte, record wise, should probably have already made this decision, but my guess is they're just, it's a weird situation there. But those teams are all in the spot where, hey, it's about ping pong balls. For everybody else, it's keep pushing, keep pushing. Now that'll change as we get on towards January 1st and we're a month or so out from the trade deadline. We'll see another one or two teams kind of drop out of this play-in race and go from there. But that is what the play-in was designed to do in part, keep more teams alive so teams would push to get in there. And I think like your Lakers are a really good example for two reasons. One, as we've talked about ad nauseum, they can't tank because it doesn't make any sense for them, because then they just give the Pelicans an even better pick. But the other part of it with the Lakers is push for the play-in, because then you have belief of, hey, if we can get through that, we can do damage in the playoffs. So that's where you're going to have teams like Miami, maybe Chicago. They'll keep pushing with the idea of, hey, if we can just get through that one or two games in the plan, then we can make a little bit of noise if we get into the postseason itself.
Yep, exactly. And I think overall, big picture, probably a good thing for the NBA to have more teams engaged all the way through the season.